everybody, and welcome to another episode of This Weekend. It's a brand new show where every week we talk about your favorite sports, and today we're talking about college football. All right, as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And with that out of the way, let's talk about the Amazon gift card giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a $20 Amazon gift card. You can find more information on my Instagram at WhiteLightning YouTube. And the winner will be selected at 150 subscribers. We have finally broken 100 subscribers. Woo! Very exciting stuff. We need 50 more to pick the winner on the Amazon gift card. So make sure you go to my Instagram at WhiteLightning YouTube, follow the instructions, share with friends. Come on, let's get more subscribers, and somebody's gonna get $20 out of it. So it's a win-win for everyone. All right, let's talk about my predictions. Predictions on the season. I'm 87-41. The first time I told y'all I was at 64%. Over the past weeks, it's been steadily rising. Now I'm at 68%. I'm 87-41. Last week, I went 13-4. So pretty good week. Only 4 punishments this week. Thank goodness. Because these punishments recently have been horrible. Not looking forward to that. But we'll see what happens throughout the video with 4 punishments. Now let's see last week's insane moment. The entire Maryland-Minnesota game. If you missed that game, I feel sorry for you. It was a Friday night matchup. Was absolutely nail-biting. It was back and forth all game. Maryland took the lead. They were winning 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. And then Minnesota was like, hey, wait a minute. We want to win this game. They came back and was winning 38-21 at the end of the third quarter. And then Maryland puts up 17 points in the fourth quarter to come back, tie the game up at 38-38 and head into overtime. Maryland scored, and they made their extra point. Minnesota, they score, and then their kicker, Brock Walker, misses the extra point, cementing the comeback that Maryland needed to make, and just an embarrassment for him. I feel sorry for him, but Minnesota goes 0-2 on the season. Maryland gets an enormous win for their program.
And so wrapping up so important tomorrow night. And Tagovailoa and Funk trying to wrap up a comeback across the 40. Funk to the 25-yard line.
He was striped.
Second down, Funk. He is in. Tagovailoa. Otomewo around the corner, couldn't get to him. Tagovailoa with the stretch for the touchdown. And it sets up a first down and goal. Seth Green, the Wildcat quarterback for Minnesota. And it is Green behind Ibrahim for the touchdown. And now the extra point necessary to tie the ball game in the first overtime. To tie for Minnesota. Walker. It is no good!
That was an insane moment. With last week's insane moment out of the way, let's jump into this week's headlines. Pac is back. The Pac-12 season starts Saturday when Arizona State takes on number 20 USC. It'll be very interesting to see how the West Coast fares in football this season. They will play a 6-game schedule, and then at the end of the season, they'll have their conference championship game. Be very, very interesting to see the Pac-12 at dark finally coming back. The only team really that has a decent shot to make the playoff is Oregon. Let's see if any surprise teams comes out of the Pac-12. And next headline is, it must be the luck of the Irish in Notre Dame because Trevor Lawrence is out against Notre Dame. He has been officially ruled out by Dabo Swinney due to COVID-19. Let's see if DJ Uiagalelei can have another good game. Last week he threw 30 for 41 with over 300 passing yards and 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. He also had a rushing touchdown, so it'll be very interesting to see if he has another good game. That won't be the problem if Clemson loses to Notre Dame. It'll be Clemson's defense, which got torched in last week's game. Taste wasn't the problem there, producer. It was the texture. What was that? Is it bad?
Soggy bread.
That's all that was? See, I'm playing mind games with myself. I'm really getting into my own head. With the headlines out of the way, let's get into the massive slate of games we have. We have 24 games to get through, so let's go ahead and try and get through these as quick as possible. First game is a Friday night ACC matchup between number 11 Miami and NC State. Miami is definitely the more talented team here. NC State has been inconsistent this season. Miami has the better quarterback and Derek King. I think he has a big game. And I think this game is going to be a high-scoring Friday night game. I'm going to go with the Hurricanes. Give me the Hurricanes. Next game, we have number 9 BYU taking on number 21 Boise State. BYU has been a surprise team this season. They have a decent chance of making the CFP as the first non-Power 5 team. The story of this game is Zach Wilson. My goodness, he's having a great season. Nearly 75% completion percentage. Over 2,000 passing yards. He has 19 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. That is a great season so far. He's going against a very good pass defense that's only allowing 80 yards per game in Boise State. BYU has the better defense, though, and the momentum. So I'm going to go with the Cougars. Give me BYU. Next game, we have number 23, Michigan, taking on number 13, Indiana. The Hoosiers, wow. They're in the top 15 when usually Indiana is a irrelevant team. Now Michigan's the team that's irrelevant. Michigan's the team that's not legit. I think Indiana's legit. I think that Indiana has a great game and become Ohio State's best challenger in the Big Ten. And I think they beat the Wolverines. Give me the Hoosiers. Next game, we have SMU taking on Temple. SMU, they have been surprisingly good, and they have a very good offense, and I think that they'll beat the Temple Owls. So give me the SMU Mustangs. Next game, we have the first Pac-12 matchup of the season. We have Arizona State taking on number 20 USC. I wish I could talk about this game more, but there's nothing to go off of yet. So just a gut feeling. I'm going to go with USC. I'm going to go with the Trojans. So give me the Trojans. Next game, we have West Virginia coming off that shellacking against Kansas State, taking on Texas, coming off the upset against Oklahoma State, which pushed them up to number 22 in the rankings. I think Sam Ehlinger and the team and his team are finally starting to come back. I think they have another good game, and Sam Ehlinger is just on another level. I think they beat West Virginia. So give me the Longhorns. Hook 'em. Next game, we have number 25 Liberty coming off that win against Syracuse, taking on Virginia Tech Hokies. Virginia Tech is a more talented team. Against my better judgment, I'm going to have to go with the Hokies. A little worried about this game, though, because Liberty has proven that they can handle an ACC opponent. Although that ACC opponent was Syracuse, and they are awful this season. But I'm going to go with the Hokies. So give me the Hokies. Next game, we have a battle for the Tar Heel State. North Carolina taking on Duke. This could be a good game. It's a rivalry game, so it's going to be close. Naturally, this is a way better basketball game. I'm going to have to go with the Tar Heels on this one. They have the more talented team. They have more stars at each position. They have the better quarterback in Sam Howell. So I'm going to have to go with Mac Brown and the Tar Heels. So give me North Carolina. Next game, we have Michigan State taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Both of Iowa's losses are close games. They both were just one-possession games. So this game could go either way. Michigan State, they beat Michigan last week, but as I said before, Michigan is not a legit team. I think they have a letdown game. I think that Iowa gets the win and beats Michigan State. So give me the Hawkeyes. Next game, we have Boston College taking on the Syracuse Orange. It's Syracuse. Boston College wins. Give me the Eagles. Next game, it's UMass taking on number 16, Marshall. The Thundering Herd are going to thunder right past UMass because it's UMass. So give me the Thundering Herd.
To all you lovely fans out there listening to this.
Next game, we have the cocktail party, a top 10 matchup between number 8 Florida and number 4 Georgia. Georgia's defense, they are on a whole nother level this season, but Florida's offense is also very dangerous with Kyle Pitts at tight ends. But I'm going to trust the defense. I think Georgia gets it done. I think it's a low-scoring game, and Georgia gets the win. Give me the Bulldogs. Next game, we have Houston taking on Cincinnati. Cincinnati needs to win, and I predict that they're going to win. Give me the Bearcats. But with Cincinnati, With Oklahoma State losing last week, that opens the door for them to become the first non-Power 5 team in the college football playoffs. So that's something very interesting to watch. Next game, we have Kansas taking on number 19 Oklahoma, climbing back in the polls after dropping out for the first time in years. It's Kansas. Like I said, I'm never picking Kansas until they win. Oklahoma, give me the Sooners. Next game, we have Vanderbilt taking on Mississippi State. Mississippi State should win. I'm not throwing out the chance of an upset here with how inconsistent that team has been. But I'm going to go with Mike Leach. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. Give me the Cowbell. Next game, we have Oklahoma State coming off that loss against Texas, taking on Kansas State. Kansas State is without Skylar Thompson. Even after Oklahoma State's loss, I'm going to pick them just because of that fact I just said. So give me the Cowboys. Next game, we have Pittsburgh taking on Florida State. This is strength against strength again in this game. Pitt's strength, their rushing defense. They allow only 69 yards per game, while Florida State's rushing offense is absolutely outstanding with 197 yards per game. I like the defense, and I like the consistency that defense has aside from the Notre Dame game where they got blown out. I think that Pittsburgh gets it done. Give me the Panthers. Next game, we have number 7 Texas A&M, the Aggies, taking on what's happening? Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Number 7 Texas A&M taking on South Carolina. Texas A&M's been playing a lot better, a heck of a lot better. Texas A&M's been playing a lot better. South Carolina, they did not play well last week. Ow, it really is starting to hurt. I think the Aggies get it done. They're starting to have a lot more to play for. If they just run the table for the rest of the season, they're back in the playoff. I trust Jimbo Fisher in that team, so give me the Aggies. Next game, we have Baylor taking on Iowa State. Iowa State should beat Baylor again. I'm not throwing out an upset, but Baylor just hasn't been able to play that much this season. Iowa State has been good at times and bad at times. They have not really been any level of consistency. So I'm gonna go with the Cyclones. Give me Iowa State. Ow. Give me Iowa State. Next game, we have number 1 Clemson taking on number 4 Notre Dame. A top 5 matchup in the ACC has not happened in years, so this will be a very interesting game, a temporary ACC game. DJ played great last game, like I said in the headlines. Notre Dame, it's the biggest test of the season for Clemson, and also the biggest test of the season for Notre Dame. I know this is going to be matchup number 1 for these teams. They're going to play each other again in the ACC championship game. But I think Clemson's defense will play better than last week, especially their secondary. I think Clemson gets it done. And I still have to, oh my gosh. Opening my mouth made it so much worse. Clemson's defense is going to play better, and I think that they'll get the win. Next game, we have Rutgers taking on Ohio State. It's Rutgers playing Ohio State. If you think I'm not picking Ohio State, you are dumb. Give me the Buckeyes. Next game, we have Stanford taking on number 12 Oregon. Nothing to go off of since it's the Pac-12. It's their first games, so gut feeling, Oregon's going to win. Give me the Ducks. Next game, we have Tennessee taking on the Razorbacks out of Arkansas. Arkansas has the better offense and better defense, so give me the Razorbacks. And last game, it's South Alabama taking on Coastal Carolina, who's jumped into the top 15 of the AP poll, coming in at number 15. Got to go with the Chanticleers, so give me Coastal Carolina. All right, with the games out of the way, we're going to wrap the show up there. As I mentioned in yesterday's This Week in NFL episode, I have a new schedule. On Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, This Week in NFL will be published every week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And This Week in College Football will be published Thursdays at 7 o'clock. So be on the lookout for those 2 episodes weekly. I'm going to try my very best to stick to that schedule. But that's what I have right now. That's what I'm going to stick to. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, don't forget, subscribe, like the post, share the post, comment friends. Let's get to 150 subscribers. $20 Amazon gift card giveaway. And tune in next week in the NFL where I might have a couple guests joining me to pick some games and have a fun time. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you next week in college football.